My fiancé slid me a wedding budget agreement saying, "You'll pay everything. My money is for my lifestyle." I smiled and closed the folder. She yelled, "Sign it or the wedding's off." I replied, "Then it's off." I left her with the venue's non-refundable deposit and a lesson she won't forget. I, 32 male, thought I was marrying my best friend. Turns out I was auditioning to be her personal ATM with a ring attached. Last Tuesday evening, Haley, 29, slid a leather folder across our kitchen table. We'd been together 3 years, engaged for 7 months. The wedding was 4 months away. She smiled that smile I'd fallen for, the one that used to make my day better. Now it just made my stomach twist. "Before we finalize the vendors, I need you to sign this," she said, tapping the folder with her manicured nails. Manicure I'd paid for, by the way. $120 every 2 weeks at that fancy salon downtown. I opened it. Wedding budget agreement was printed at the top in elegant script. What I read next made my blood go cold. The document spelled out that I would cover 100% of wedding costs: venue, catering, photography, flowers, bar service, honeymoon, everything. Haley's income would remain protected for her personal lifestyle maintenance and future security. There was a breakdown. My salary as a project manager at a tech firm was $95,000 a year. Hers as a marketing coordinator was $52,000. According to her math, I could easily afford the $48,000 wedding she'd planned. But the kicker was the final clause. Party of the first part agrees that party of the second part's financial independence is essential to a healthy modern marriage. I looked up at her. She was watching me with this expectant expression, like she'd just handed me a birthday present. Haley and I met through mutual friends at a networking event. She was funny, ambitious, and had this energy that filled every room. Our first year together was great. We split dinners, traded off paying for dates, took turns planning weekend trips. It felt balanced. Things shifted when we moved in together 2 years ago. The apartment was mine, a 2-bedroom I'd bought 5 years earlier. Haley moved in, and we agreed she'd pay $800 monthly toward expenses. Fair enough, considering her student loans. Except the $800 rarely came on time. First month she was short because her car needed repairs. Second month, her sister's birthday trip to Miami. Third month, work was doing layoffs, and she needed to update her wardrobe to look indispensable. I covered the gaps. I made good money. What was a few hundred here and there? But it became a pattern. She'd mention needing something: designer handbag for work confidence, weekend spa trip for mental health, new laptop because hers was embarrassing in client meetings. I'd suggest budgeting, and she'd get quiet. Hurt. Say she didn't realize I was keeping score in our relationship. So I stopped keeping score. My mistake. The engagement itself was beautiful. I proposed at the Botanical Gardens where we'd had our third date. She cried, said yes, posted it immediately to Instagram. The ring had cost me $12,000. She'd sent me links to inspiration rings for months beforehand. All happened to be in that range. Wedding planning started sweet. We'd look at venues together on weekends, laugh about terrible cake flavors, debate whether we wanted a DJ or a band. But gradually, I noticed I was the only one talking about budget. "Don't worry about money, babe," she'd say. "This is our special day. We only do this once." When I suggested a $25,000 budget, she laughed. "Joseph, be serious. My cousin's wedding cost $60,000, and it was basic." We compromised at $35,000. I thought we had. Then the venue alone came in at $18,000. The photographer she wanted was $6,500. The florist was quoting $4,200. My mental calculator was screaming. Her parents weren't contributing. Her dad, Andrew, was a retired postal worker. Her mom, Margaret, worked part-time at a department store. They'd told Haley early on they couldn't help financially. Haley complained about this constantly to her friends, loud enough for me to hear. 4 months before the wedding, Haley quit her job. She came home energized, not upset. "I gave my notice today." "What? Why?" "That place was toxic. My boss was threatened by me. I deserve better." "Do you have something else lined up?" "Not yet, but wedding planning is basically a full-time job anyway. I'll find something after the honeymoon." She'd been job hunting for 3 weeks, spent most days on the couch watching wedding shows, adding things to our wedding Pinterest board I didn't know existed. Meanwhile, every credit card I owned was creeping toward its limit. The budget agreement wasn't the first document Haley had presented. 2 months earlier, she'd asked me to add her to my credit cards. Just as an authorized user, for emergencies. I hesitated. She noticed. You don't trust me? It's not about trust. I just think we should keep finances separate until marriage. She got quiet, went to the bedroom, didn't speak to me for 2 days until I apologized for making her feel like a financial burden. I didn't add her to the cards, but I did give her one of mine to hold, for emergencies only. The first emergency was a $340 dinner with her bridesmaids. The second was $890 at Sephora because the wedding was stressing her out. The third was a one-on $200 dress for the rehearsal dinner. When I got the statement, I asked about the charges. Are you seriously monitoring my spending? Haley, these aren't emergencies. My mental health is an emergency, Joseph. Planning this wedding is hard. I was the one calling vendors, negotiating contracts, managing the guest list spreadsheet, but I let it go. 3 weeks before the budget agreement incident, I checked our wedding fund. I'd been depositing $1,500 monthly into a joint savings account. The balance should have been around $31,000. It was $1,422. Haley, where's the money from our wedding account? She was painting her nails, didn't look up. What money? We're missing almost $17,000. Oh, I moved some to my personal account. Needed it for wedding expenses. What expenses? My dress, alterations, the bridesmaid's luncheon, deposits for hair and makeup. I found the statements later. She'd transferred money for her dress, yes. Also for a girls' trip to Nashville, a new bedroom set, and $2,400 to her sister Deborah for rent because family helps family. I never confronted her directly. Didn't want another silent treatment. Just deposited extra to cover the shortfall. Looking back, I was already making excuses for her. Already bending. Already breaking. So there I sat, staring at this budget agreement. Haley was scrolling her phone, confident I'd sign. Haley, what is this? It's just formalizing what we both know. You're better with money. You make more. It makes sense for you to handle the wedding costs. But this says your income is protected for your personal lifestyle. Right. I can't contribute and maintain my quality of life. That's not fair to ask. You're not working right now. You don't have income. I will after the wedding. And when I do, I need to rebuild my savings. The emergency fund she'd spent on non-emergencies. I felt something shift in my chest. Calm settled over me. Clarity. I'm not signing this. She looked up, surprised. What? I'm not paying for the entire wedding while you protect your money for yourself. That's not a partnership. Joseph, don't be dramatic. This is just paperwork. Then why does it need my signature? Because I want everything clear. No confusion later. What's confusing about splitting costs fairly? Her face changed. The sweetness vanished. Fairly? You make almost double what I make. You're not making anything right now. Because I quit to focus on our wedding. I didn't ask you to quit. She stood up. Are you serious right now? 4 months before our wedding? I'm serious about not being treated like a bank account. Sign the agreement, Joseph. No. Her voice got louder. Sign it or the wedding's off. I stood up, closed the folder, slid it back to her. Then it's off. The silence was stunning. She just stared at me, mouth open. You're bluffing, she finally said. I'm not. You're going to throw away 3 years over a piece of paper? I'm protecting myself from a lifetime of this piece of paper. I walked to the bedroom, pulled out my laptop, and started making calls. Update 1. Within 30 minutes, I'd canceled the photographer. They were pissed, threatened to keep the $1,500 deposit. I told them to check their contract. I'd paid them from my personal account. They could keep $500 as liquidated damages. The rest got refunded. Haley realized what I was doing and came storming in. What are you doing? Canceling vendors. You can't do that. I'm the one who paid. Them. I absolutely can. She started crying. Full breakdown. Joseph, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. The agreement was stupid. Forget it. Too late. No, it's not. We can fix this. I'll pay half. I'll get a job tomorrow. You should have gotten a job 3 months ago. Next, I called the caterer. Same story. They had a $3,000 deposit. Contract allowed them to keep 30%. The rest came back. The florist was easier. They hadn't ordered anything yet. Full refund minus a $200 booking fee. Haley was on the floor now, sobbing. You're ruining everything. Everyone's going to ask what happened. I'll be humiliated. You humiliated yourself with that agreement. The DJ, the rental company, the invitation printer. I went down the list. Most contracts were in my name because I'd been the one handling logistics. The only thing I couldn't cancel was the venue. Haley had insisted on booking that one herself. Said she wanted to feel involved. She'd put down an $8,000 non-refundable deposit on a barn venue. The contract was in her name, her signature, her responsibility. When I mentioned this, her face went white. The venue deposit is non-refundable. I know. That's my money. Actually, that's money you took from our joint account. But yes, the contract is yours. You have to help me get it back. No, I don't. She started hyperventilating. Her phone started buzzing. Her mom. I could hear Margaret's voice, high-pitched and frantic. Mom, he's canceling everything. The whole wedding. 4 months out. I could hear Margaret saying something about talking to me, working it out. Put her on speaker, I said. Haley did, hands shaking. Joseph, honey, what's going on? Margaret, Haley presented me with a contract saying I had to pay for the entire wedding while her money stayed protected for her personal lifestyle. I declined. Silence on the other end. That doesn't sound right. Haley, is that true? It's not like that, Mom. He's twisting it. I have the document. I can send it to you. More silence. Then Margaret said something that surprised me. Haley, come home, tonight. You and Joseph need space. Mom! Now Haley. Update 2. Haley left that night, threw clothes in a suitcase, cried the whole time, kept saying, I'd regret this. Her final words were, you're going to end up alone and pathetic. I slept better than I had in months. The next morning, my phone exploded. Haley's sister, Deborah, called first. What the hell did you do to my sister? Deborah, nice to hear from you too. She's devastated, crying all night. You humiliated her. Did she tell you about the budget agreement? I sent Deborah a photo of the agreement. Waited. Oh my God. Yeah. Haley's best friend Angela called next. Joseph, I need you to be honest with me. Did Haley really try to make you pay for everything? Word was spreading. I confirmed it. Angela sighed. She's been telling us you were being controlling about money. I asked about $17,000 missing from our wedding fund. Jesus, listen, some of us have been worried. She's been really materialistic lately. We thought maybe you were enabling it. I stopped. That afternoon, I got a call from the venue. A woman named Madison, the owner. Mr. Hendricks, I got a call from Haley saying the wedding's canceled and demanding her deposit back. The contract says non-refundable. It does, but she's claiming coercion. I have text messages of her insisting on that specific venue. I sent the text. Haley gushing about the barn. Madison called back 30 minutes later. Yeah, she's not getting that money back. That evening, Margaret called me directly. Joseph, I owe you an apology. I raised Haley to think she deserved to be taken care of. Her dad and I struggled financially, and I overcompensated. I created this. Margaret, Haley's an adult. She made her choices. I know, but I'm sorry anyway. You're a good man. She's throwing away something real for something shallow. It was the validation I didn't know I needed. Update 3. Haley wasn't going down quietly. She launched a full social media offensive, posted a long Instagram story about narcissistic abuse, financial control, and toxic masculinity, how I'd trapped her in a relationship and then pulled the rug out when she tried to set boundaries. Conveniently left out the budget agreement, her comments filled with supportive messages. Then Angela commented, "Tell them about the agreement where you demanded he pay for everything." The thread exploded. Haley deleted the whole post. But screenshots live forever. Someone posted it to a wedding shaming group with context from Angela and Deborah. The narrative flipped fast. The entitlement is staggering. He dodged a bullet. Haley tried damage control. Posted the agreement itself, claiming it was a joke. I posted our text exchange from that night. Her saying, "Sign it or the wedding's off." Me saying, "Then it's off." No ambiguity there. But Haley saved her real ammunition for a lawyer. I got a letter threatening to sue me for the venue deposit, emotional distress, and breach of promise to marry. My lawyer read it and laughed. She has no case. She issued the ultimatum, not you. He drafted a response. Any attempt to pursue legal action would result in a countersuit for the $17,000 taken from the joint account, plus unauthorized credit card charges. We never heard from her lawyer again. Haley started driving by my apartment, texting from random numbers. We can still fix this. I'll sign a prenup. You're making the biggest mistake. I blocked every number, changed my locks. Then she showed up at my office. My assistant called me, nervous. There's a woman here claiming to be your fiancé. I went down. Haley looked rough. No makeup, hair messy, wearing sweatpants. Haley, you can't be here. Please, Joseph, just listen. No, I'll pay you back, all of it. With what money? You don't have a job. Security approached. Haley started crying harder, making a scene. As they walked her toward the door, she screamed back at me. You're going to regret this. You'll never find anyone better than me. My boss came out of his office. Everything okay? Yeah, sorry about that. Been there. Take the afternoon if you need it. I didn't need it. I felt lighter than I had in years. 6 weeks after I canceled the wedding, I ran into Deborah at a coffee shop. She looked tired. Joseph, can we talk for a minute? We sat. She bought me a coffee. Apology coffee, she called it. I need to tell you some things. After you guys split, Haley moved in with Mom and Dad. It's been a disaster. Haley had been treating their parents like servants, demanding money, refusing to job hunt, sleeping until noon, ordering DoorDash on their dime. Dad finally snapped last week, told her she had 30 days to find work and move out. How'd she take it? Screaming match. But here's the thing. I found a box of papers in her room. Credit card statements, loan documents. Joseph, she's $40,000 in debt. My stomach dropped. What? Designer clothes, trips, spa days, all on credit. She's been paying minimums for years. I think she thought marrying you would fix it. She was going to bury me in her debt. Yeah, I'm sorry. She's interviewing for jobs now. Retail mostly. Mom said she had a breakdown in Target yesterday. Just stood in the aisle crying because she couldn't afford the candle she wanted. I should have felt satisfaction. I felt sad instead. Angela reached out around the same time. Told me Haley had tried to borrow $5,000 from her. Angela declined. Haley blocked her. Through mutual friends, I heard more. Haley had tried dating again. Her profile said, looking for someone financially stable and generous. She'd gone on dates with guys who fit her criteria. Everyone ended badly. One guy told our mutual friend, she ordered the most expensive thing, then asked if I could Venmo her money for her electric bill. On the first date. Her Instagram became a mix of inspirational quotes about surviving narcissists and posts about ingratitude. Her real friends had gone quiet. 3 months after the breakup, I was doing well. I'd paid off the credit cards Haley had run up, put $10,000 into savings. I'd started dating someone new, Christine. We'd met at a friend's barbecue. She was a veterinarian, funny and kind. When I told her about Haley, she said, anyone who treats a partner like an ATM isn't looking for love. They're looking for a transaction. On our third date, the bill came. Christine immediately pulled out her card. Let's split it, she said. I can cover it. I know you can. I can too. That's the point. I almost cried right there. We'd been dating 2 months when Haley found out. She texted from a new number. Already moved on? Guess I didn't matter. I blocked it without responding, but she showed up at my apartment one last time. Building security called me. There's a Haley. Here. Tell her I'm not available. 10 minutes later, my phone rang. Margaret. Joseph, Haley's at your building. She's having a breakdown. Can you just talk to her for 5 minutes? Against my better judgment, I went down. Haley was in the lobby, mascara-streaked face holding a folder. What do you want, Haley? I wanted to give you this. She handed me the folder. Inside was a handwritten letter. Apology, explanation, regret, how she'd been in therapy, how she realized she'd treated me like a resource instead of a partner. I'm glad you're getting help, but we're done. I know. I'm not asking to get back together. Are you happy with her? I am. She nodded, tears running down her face. Good. You deserve to be. She left. I never saw Haley again. 6 months later, I heard through Deborah that Haley had gotten a job in pharmaceutical sales. Doing okay, still in therapy, dating someone who worked in education. I think she's actually trying, Deborah said. I hoped it was true. Not for me, but for her. As for me and Christine, we got engaged last month. Simple proposal at her favorite hiking spot. The ring cost $3,000. She cried and said it was perfect. We're planning a small wedding. 50 people. Backyard ceremony. Budget of $12,000 that we're splitting exactly in half. Last week, we sat down to finalize vendor contracts. Christine pulled out a folder. My heart stopped for a second. She saw my face and laughed. Relax, it's just our payment schedule. She slid it across the table. Neat spreadsheet, every cost split 50-50. Look good? I looked at her. This woman who insisted on equality, who saw partnership as shared responsibility. It's perfect. Some people spend their whole lives looking for someone to take care of them financially. I spent 3 years being that person for the wrong woman, but I found the right one, the one who wanted to build something together. Haley taught me what I didn't want. Christine showed me what I deserved. And that venue deposit Haley lost, $8,000, bought me the most valuable lesson of my life. Some people are partners. Some people are parasites. Know the difference before you sign anything, especially a marriage license.